For the last few years, a single Chinese e-commerce app achieved something thought to be mathematically impossible, selling millions of American consumers $4 t-shirts and $10 electronics with completely free shipping directly to their doorsteps. Wall Street called it a miracle, but traditional American retailers called it economic warfare. The entire empire wasn't built on a new breakthrough tech. It was built entirely on a hidden, century-old trade loophole that allowed Temu to ship billions of dollars in goods completely tax-free. But the party is officially over. The US government completely shut down the multi-billion-dollar loophole. Faced with mandatory tariffs and massive operational disruptions, Temu had to immediately stop direct shipping from China to US buyers. Here is the forensic breakdown of how the US crushed the direct-from-China shipping model and why the era of dirt-cheap online shopping is about to change forever. To understand how Temu completely disrupted global retail, you have to look back at an obscure customs provision from the 1930s, known as the de minimis exemption. Originally, Congress created this rule to avoid the massive paperwork and administrative costs of collecting tiny duties on occasional, low-value personal items sent from overseas. In 2016, the US raised the threshold from $200 to $800. Temu looked at this rule and saw an unbeatable strategic advantage. While traditional domestic retailers like Walmart, Target, or Gap imported bulk containers, paid heavy customs duties, and stored goods in expensive US warehouses, Temu did the exact opposite. They built an AI-powered logistics machine designed to split bulk orders into millions of individual packages, each valued under $800. Because each package was addressed to an individual consumer for personal use, they paid exactly $0 in import tariffs. They turned everyday buyers into their own personal import agents, completely bypassing the tax code. The sheer scale of this operations hack quickly became unmanageable for border authorities. In 2015, the US processed roughly 134 million de minimis packages. By 2024, that number exploded to an astronomical 1.36 billion packages per year, averaging over 4 million packages landing in America every single day. Temu and Shein alone were responsible for over 30% of all daily de minimis shipments entering the United States. U.S. Customs and Border Protection found themselves completely buried under an avalanche of orange plastic sachets. Ports of entry faced absolute gridlock, and government agencies warned that the lack of strict screening allowed dangerous contraband to sweep into the country unchecked. Domestic manufacturers and labor unions heavily pressured Washington, arguing that this tax loophole was actively destroying American retail jobs. Political momentum shifted, and both sides of the aisle agreed on one thing: the exception had officially swallowed the rule. Temu managed to survive the initial shutdown because they used their tax-free window to aggressively capture a massive customer base and build the infrastructure to replace it. But the economic math has permanently shifted. Local warehousing fees, bulk shipping duties, and domestic merchant margins mean rock-bottom pricing models are breaking down. Temu proved that you can successfully hack the US tax code to build a multi-billion-dollar empire. But in global business, the government always collects its cut in the end. The era of the tax-free loophole is officially dead. If you want to dive deep into the hidden economic wars and supply chain breakdowns shaping the modern business landscape, make sure to hit that subscribe button, smash the like icon, and drop a comment below. Have you noticed prices rising on your recent online orders? This is the Growth Files.